Let's be y'all. This is Jen Fremont. I think I'm going to do one more of these before I go to bed. It's like 10 till 3 in the morning. The hours that I often do a lot of creative stuff. The world is quiet and not a lot of psychic noise. So I tend to stay up to the wee hours and then before I go to sleep. Today I'm going to talk about stepping beyond, and very specifically stepping beyond a 12-step program. For much of my life I drank heavily, and there's a lot of reasons why, but I'm not really going to go into that right now. It wasn't until 2010 that I actually decided I needed to do something about it. I was doing spiritual stuff and having a very hard time staying sober enough to actually do the magical work. And I got in an argument with my mother, and she told me, why don't you go to an AA group? I'm like, fine, if it'll get you off my ass, I'll go. And I went, and that was I think that was January of 2010. And I went to first meeting and decided that I needed to be there. I needed help. That I wasn't gonna be able to kick this thing by myself. And I started going to the meetings and listening to stuff and absorbing things, and I didn't drink for almost 3 months. But things crashed down on my head, and I was, my heart was racing, and I couldn't slow it down, and I finally decided, I was going to get me a bottle and drink it, and I did. And it didn't do a damn thing. It didn't relieve the anxiety. It did not help my heart in any way. And so, I slept it off for a while and went to another meeting and started over again. That was April 22nd, 2010. And I actually really started working the program at that point. I got a sponsor and started working the steps, and along the way my sponsor went back out and started drinking again, and that kind of threw me for a loop, but I did find another sponsor, another pagan sponsor, which there are not too many in AA groups. And so I work the steps. I work the steps, and I use that. I constructed my own concept of God, as the big book says, and used that God form that I had constructed with my magical practice to help me stop drinking. And after about 2.5 years, I was going to meetings on a regular basis, and I was finding it increasingly difficult to be able to relate, because I had gone past what most people actually do in their spiritual work. And I ended up moving on from that, and that was a really hard decision. That was hard to step out of that, and think to myself that I may drink again, because you hear all the stories about, I quit going, and a year later this person's in the gutter again. But that has not been the case. This is December 9th of 2013, and I still haven't needed to take a drink since April 22nd, 2010. And the point of this video is programs like that I see as they're meant to be a stepping stone. And if a person doesn't actually go beyond the program and actually do the spiritual work and take it into the realm of their life, some people will go to meetings the rest of their life, and I see that they've taken it to a certain point, but they don't want to step out of that orthodox way of thinking. Most of the people that I meet there are of a Christian variety, and I was sent to AA when I was 16 by my parents, and that was the only image of God that I had, and I had no way of stepping aside from that and constructing my own image. I had no concept of that, and consequently it never took until I really needed it to, many years later. But if you don't step beyond things like that, you're going to be trapped in it. And as I've said on other videos here, any system of thought that can free your mind has an equal ability to trap you, to enslave you. That's my point. And that's why I feel like things should not be forever. Working on a certain path for time is, and then moving on to something else is a way of keeping things fresh and not getting yourself trapped in one way of thinking. So with that, I hope this has been inspirational for you, and I hope it helps you out. This is Jen Fremont. Thanks for watching. Blessed be y'all.